Good morning. Merry Christmas. This is Christmas of 2021. It's 8:15 in the morning. As you can see, the sun is coming up. It's a beautiful morning, Christmas morning. I am over at the shop. This is our shop where we keep all of our trucks and everything for Sweet Honey. As you can see, I've got many projects going. I'm working on a John Deere 400 right now. This is my brother-in-law's John Deere. It's in like a 1979, I believe, is the serial number I got on it, but I took it all apart. Got the engine running pretty good, but I'm going to restore it. Here's all the parts I need to clean up, get the rust gone and repaint it and everything. That's one of the projects. I've always got chainsaws I'm working on. A couple of them there and different things. So anyway, I'm over here on Christmas morning. I don't have any kids at home anymore. My sons are grown and they have their own kids. And so I'm over here and I'm going to make a couple more stir sticks. We call them stir sticks for cleaning our big old deep grease interceptors and stuff. They're for Sweet Honey. So this is what I'm going to show you. I've got one that I've already got done, pretty much done. But I got some pipe laying here and everything. But this pipe I've got laid out here is 16 foot long. And some of our interceptors are pretty deep. So I've been working on this one. This is one that I finished yesterday, I guess. Just welded it up and everything. I finally got a welder. I've been putting it off for years. But I got this welder at Harbor Freight a couple weeks ago, and I've been practicing and doing different things and everything. So anyway, getting my welding skills back. But this is pretty much the finished product when I get done. Like I say, that rod is 16 foot long. This is our crust buster, we call them stir sticks. This is how we stir up big old grease interceptors, and we can reach the bottom. So I'm going to paint this yet, keep it from maybe rusting a little bit, but getting better at the welds and everything. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do this morning. I'll show you kind of some of the steps that I take in doing this, and get a couple more welded up. First, I think I'm going to paint this one and see what it turns out to be. So I don't think you guys want to watch me painting this, but I'm going to paint it and then I'll show you what it looks like. What I'm doing on the end here is just making this slot on the end of the pipe. I think this is was 1.5 inch pipe. I'm not sure what the gauge is on the pipe itself. I know it's not black iron as far as water pipe or anything like that. I'm not sure what they call it, but anyway, I'm just making this slot right here so this will fit in there nice and square at that shoulder, so I don't have a lot of welding to do. I don't know if you can catch that or not, but at my last one I didn't get it squared off, and every time I do something I want to do it a little bit different, a little better, and make sure it's the way I want it. So each time I do one of these, I'll probably look at things, oh, I should have done that different on that one. So anyway, I'm going to set this camera down over here. It's I'm not the best at this, so I'm just going to turn this a little bit here. This pipe. Get it situated where I want it. Look at it. Come on. Okay, this is what I'm looking at right here. Just trying to get this lined up in here and go up as deep as I possibly can. Looks like I need to come up just a little bit more. It's higher on this side Then the other side. So to get that squared off so I don't have to weld that spot right there, I'm gonna grind a little bit more. So once I get that done, situated, I'll show you. Well, I could show you right here. We'll just do it this way. What I'm trying to accomplish here, without making it too big of a slot. It's not too big of a slot. I have to do a lot of welding and everything, so here we go. Now let's turn that over and see how close we are. By the way, I made this vise when I was in college. This vise I've had for, well, probably 1970. 75 is when I graduated, so I did it probably 1974, 75, but this is my senior metalworking project. When I was a senior at Iowa State, I had to turn everything out, and we built these vise from scratch up, and the jaws and everything. We had to make the screw that goes in there and everything. So anyway, that was our senior project, but it's seen some days. I've used it for a lot of different things, hopefully not beating it up too bad. But anyway, this is what I'm trying to get at. This gap right here, and get this thing squared in here, as square to the world as I possibly can. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I didn't want a big gap on each side. So anyway, it's looking better, like I say, and I got to make sure this neither side is bowed up at all. I want this as close as I can, this gap right here. Shine it up a little bit, and I'm going to do that. Just clean that up a little bit there on that edge. Get that squared up as much as I can. Like I say, it doesn't make any difference. This doesn't have to be perfect. This is just so it's centered. Yeah, you can measure it, everything else. This distance there, I pretty much eyeball this, because once I get this welded, we use these in, like I say, stirring up the old grease interceptors. And this is, like I say, this rod is 16 foot long. It's 1.5 inch pipe. And so I'm going to get this situated where I can get a bead on all these gaps. I'm going to press this together a little bit and beat it down just a little bit so it's as tight as I can get it. And then we'll go to welding. So that's where I'm at right now. So that's what we're going to work on. Okay. So you can see I got a tack. I don't know, maybe you can see it. I tacked it on this end, and I won't have to tack it there. It's just to keep that end down right there. Got them tacked on both sides. Took the wire brush, cleaned them up. I'm going to put a weld on each one of these now, and we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to film welding because I don't know. I don't have it all set up for a shield or anything like that, but I'm just going through the processes of what I do. Make sure you're cleaned up. They always say clean up all your welding surfaces, the edges and everything, so it bonds better and everything. So anyway, here we go. We're going to give her a shot, give her a try here. Well, I got the one side done, You can see that kind of in the sunlight, how I got that side done. I'm gonna chip it off in a minute, but I'll show you where I got to on this side. I just got a little bit of a start. Right there, you can see it. Just getting started. And guess what happens? I run out of wire. Unbelievable. And guess what? It's Christmas morning. You suppose Home Depot's open or any place I could go get another spool of wire on Christmas morning? No. I think it's God telling me, hey Dean, it's Christmas morning. This is my present. Let me remind you, I'm in control. And I know that, God. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now on Christmas morning. I've got this one almost done, but I'm going to flip this over and show you what it looks like on a finished weld, and hopefully it turned out better than I think. We'll see here. I better get some gloves on because this thing's still hot. Take that clamp off. It is hot. So, I guess it's recording. Where am I at here anyway? Right there. We'll put it there. See what happens. Yeah, I need some better goggles, stuff for when I'm doing stuff like this, instead of just my glasses, but we're gonna get this cleaned up. So the one side turned out, that's a pretty good weld. I don't know, the guys, you guys that I taught in high school many years ago, like 1975 through 83, I taught a bunch of young guys in my high school industrial arts classes how to weld. And they'd probably go, hey, Mr. Cadwell, I'd give you about a C on that weld. It wasn't perfect by far. It's not perfect. This one's even worse. This one I thought I had better. And all of a sudden it stuck on me. And then I figured out, oh, I was running out of wire. So anyway, that one turned out pretty good. Not bad at all for guy just picking up a welder again in the last week or so and practicing a little bit. But anyway, that wire feed, that's a nice one. I got that from Home, what the heck is it? Harbor Freight, not Home Depot. Harbor Freight. But I should have picked up another spool of wire. I went through that pretty fast, welding different things. So anyway, I'm going to continue this job. It probably won't get done till, I don't know, maybe, what's tomorrow? Sunday? I don't think I'll probably work tomorrow. We're going to have son and family over, grandkids over tomorrow for Christmas, and yeah, so that's it for today. And I'm going to record this later and have a finished product, but we'll get her done. Merry Christmas. As you can see, I got a new spool of wire. This is Monday, I believe the 27th of December now. So I got a new spool of wire. I'm going to get that fed in there. A couple other things. Again, Merry Christmas. Christmas is over. We had a great time with family, and we're going to head to Wisconsin with our other son and his family. But a couple new things I've got for the shop here. I got a stand that it's got a roller on top, so I can put this bar on there and then stabilize it over there. But I think this will work out pretty good. This is adjustable stand. It's got, like I say, a roller, and for long pieces of material. We took the other bar out this morning, the other stir stick, and it worked pretty darn good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this one up. I've got just a start there. You can see that very little corner right here I got started. Hopefully we can blend that in and look good. The other thing I was going to show you, you guys are probably wondering where I got these the ends, the paddles. I will show you. Here's one over here yet that I got cleaned up. This is what we use right here, and it's crazy how this comes. When you order one, there is a nut, a 3/4 inch nut that is welded right here like this on the end of that paddle, and you can actually thread a 3/4 inch pipe into that, and you don't have to weld anything. But to us, 3/4 is too small. It's too flimsy a pipe to put a 3/4 inch pipe on there. So I went and found this I think it's 1.25 inch pipe that I'm using now to put on into these put these paddles on. So anyway, that's what I've got, and I'll show you too where I order them. It's from a company. It's called Varco. I'm sure you guys are interested in that, possibly if you want one, but that's the name of the company. Just Google them. They're on the internet. This company is where I get these paddles, and you can get them curved. You can get a straight, they call a straight spud, I believe is what they say. Let's see if we can get it here. Straight spud. You can get them. They're either a 9-inch is what I'm reading, and a 15-inch. Geez, shadows. Great. 9 and 15. So there's a price on there of $45 for the 9-inch and $52 for the 15, or the 15-inch. So anyway, that's the company, Varco. I'll show you the name on the cover here too, what it actually looks like. There it is. Varco Liquid Water Superstore. They got everything. They got everything you need as far as pumping business. It's the best company. The thing is, you can order something one afternoon and it'll be here probably in the next afternoon. In 2 days, it's always here. All this stuff. So I get hose ends, fittings, like I said, these scraper, they call them spuds, I guess. But that's where I get them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this wire fed in here and then go ahead and weld, and I will show you what the welds look like when I get them done. I don't have it set up so I can put this behind a shield, a dark lens, and I don't want to ruin the camera. So we will show you what it looks like when I get done. Okay, this is what she looks like. Welded on this side anyway. That's where I started on the first one. This is the one I just laid down. I'm gonna chip this off and see if it looks good or what it actually turned out to be. So we'll see how well it chips off here. See if she's welding good. See if I messed up or how bad it is. Let's take a look here one time. That's kind of just with the brush. Not bad. I'm still not consistently perfect yet, the way I want it to be. So let me get the grinder here the wire wheel on it and clean it up a little more. See what she looks like here in a second. Okay, get a little light on it. That's not too bad. That's not bad. Guarantee it'll hold this spud or this paddle on for quite a while. I'm going to tip it up a little bit and see what she actually looks like. This side, not as good. There's no doubt. Not as consistent on this side. But it's like anything else. You practice and you get better and better what you do. So, not too many. I used some spray, amazingly. This right here is called anti-splatter nozzle shield. This stuff, I sprayed on it before I started welding, and on my table and everything. It says it's supposed to keep your splatters from sticking to your metal and everything. Well, it works pretty good. It really does. So I'm going to go ahead and weld the other side. I'm going to let it cool a little bit because I've noticed it in any welding and stuff, if your metal is kind of preheated or a little hotter, you'll get a little better weld. And I started with this side as the cold side, and then it was still warmed up. I did that other side and I got a better weld. I got a better weld over here. I know I did. So looks a little better. So I'm going to weld the other side now. So again, I'm going to shut this camera off and we'll come back when I'm done and show you the results. I forgot. I already got the other side done. So this one's done welding. That by far is my best weld on this piece so far. Yep, that'll definitely hold that. I'm going to loosen this vise and I'll show you the other side. So those are the ones I did the other day. Not bad. You can tell by the different color, that bluing in the pipe itself, that means it's got some heat that's gone through it. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good weld there. That one's not as good. So I guess 2 out of the 4 aren't bad. But anyway, so if you can see down this pipe, I've got this adjustable stand, and this thing is handy. It rolls and everything else, got side stops on it and everything. I really kind of like that. I picked that up at Home Depot the other day. I think it was maybe 30 bucks. I don't know what kind it is. I guess it's a Husky. Got it at Home Depot. I needed that. Instead of using my garbage can for the base of it to keep it steady. Anyway, I'm going to take this out, let it cool off, and get it painted up. It'll be ready to use. A good one. What I'm trying to do here is get this slot as even as I can, and this scraper blade to slide in there and be as square as I can. I think we about got it, I think. Just got a little adjusting. Get her squeezed down a little bit. Put a vise on there a little bit and squeeze that together. And that way, that will be a pretty small gap in there that I have to weld and everything. So that's basically what I'm doing, but I'm gonna squeeze this just a little bit here. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Maybe put it over here. Should be able to see that. I just want to basically tighten up this gap. Man, does that roller work nice. I can just roll this whole pipe on there. What I'm going to do in the vise here is just squeeze together those a little bit, and then they'll flex back just a little bit. And this plate then should go in there and be fairly snug. There's not much space. What I'm trying to do is make sure I don't have a lot of space, a big gap there that I have to weld. It's just going to be nice and snug on both sides, and that's what I'm shooting for right now. It's amazing how this grinding wheel basically is the same thickness as this plate. Same thickness as this plate. So if I grind a slot using that grinding wheel, this plate, this spud will fit right in there. Not much gap. So I have a lot of welding to do. So it's good. So I'm going to get this situated here. I think what I've done before, I might try one of these vice grips that I've got. Put this in here. Okay. Take this vice grip. Hopefully, I don't know if I can do this or not. I don't think I will be able to get that in there and do it the way I'm thinking. Yeah, I might. Basically, I just want a little pressure so that doesn't slide around. I'm getting it pretty close. Centered up, squared up to the world. That looks pretty darn good. Like I say, I could be real particular and measure every little detail here and everything. She looks pretty darn good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to tack weld each one of these, both sides, and then weld it. So I'll tack it and then I'll show you. Okay, I got it tacked. Now what I'm going to do is kind of clean this up so it welds a little better. Turn it just a little bit. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Like I said, I just tacked those in so they'd stay down. Now I'm going to put a bead right through there. I'm going to put a bead on this side, and there's not a big gap there, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Anyway, we're going to get them welded up, and I'll show you. Okay, I got that one. Now I'm going to take the wire wheel and clean them up. See what they look like. Not perfect. Not bad though. That's not a bad bead right there. I think this other one might be a little better. Let me spin this a little bit and I'll show you what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, that one's... To me, this is a better bead. Get here in the light. That's a more consistent weld all the way, I think. That's getting better. Those are two of my best ones. Of course, I suppose I'm the most critical of it, but yeah, I'm getting it down again as far as my consistency and my everything. So looking good. Now I'm going to hit the other side. Okay. Again, not bad. Not bad. This side's not as, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it was just too hot. Not quite as consistent as the other side. Still not too bad. It'll hold, I know that. If you look down, that bead doesn't have a real high profile. And, you know, it's all those dimes you lay in there, I guess what you call them. Some guys make them real big and everything, but I go a real small. When I weld a real small C action, and that's why I'm getting those swirls like I am. I go a real small C, just that real subtle C motion is what I get. And I just, you know, I pull it. I don't push it. I always pull the weld as much as I can to line up everything. So they're looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results. I believe this one's done. Pretty sure. Let me flip it over here and everything. Get some gloves on. Yeah, I got both sides. Both sides are done. I will clean them both up. Both sides, and let it cool down. And then I'll get them painted. Yeah, they if you get it right in the right light, these beads, get them the right light bouncing off them, they look pretty sharp. So I'm pretty happy with it. So anyway, I've got 2 more of these stir sticks ready to go. Like I said, we used the one this morning, and some of you guys probably think, well, gee whiz, 16 foot? I don't need them that deep. Make them as long as you want. If you the bottom of your, whatever you're pumping is 10 feet, make your, you know, get a 10-foot chunk, get an 11-foot chunk, whatever you want to do. But ours are deep, and we had one this morning we did that we couldn't even reach the bottom using this whole 16 foot. We did not reach the bottom. So anyway, it's just whatever you want to use and everything, but this is how I do them. I'm having pretty good luck with it, and I'm glad I bought my own welder, because I was trying to screw 3/4 inch pipe together and it just was not working. If you use that, what I showed you there before, let me show you what I'm talking about. If you use this paddle with this 3/4 inch nut on there, and it comes with that on there, you screw a 3/4 inch pipe into there, well, it never stays. I don't care how much thread lock you put on there or anything else. Once you're using it and you're stirring different things, those threaded pipe will come undone unless, you know, this right here, like this, welded. They, you know, and I painted them. I painted that other one, and I'll paint both of these too, and hopefully keep them from rusting a little bit more and stuff, but they work great. Like I say, this 1.25 inch pipe, I believe is what it is. I don't think it's 1.5 inches. But anyway, it works great, and that's what we're using. This is what we're going to keep using for our stir sticks, and you know, if one breaks, now I got a welder that I can come out here and do the welding I want to, and I'm going to put together a bunch of other projects with welding. And I might show some of these. I've got some other projects going where I've got this is the bucket, the loader for that John Deere 400 I was showing you the other day, and I'm going to clean it all up, get it attached to that John Deere 400, and this is a pretty neat little machine once this loader and everything's on that John Deere. So I've got a lot of different projects going and everything, so keeps me out of trouble, and I really enjoy it. This is my man shop, I suppose you call it. But I'm getting into metalworking more. Over there is my area for small gas engines, chainsaws, stuff like that. And love this building. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to end this video. God bless.